All right, we're ready for a big game between Gabon and Nigeria. We did a show earlier this week focusing on Nigeria. Today we're going to focus on Gabon. This game is going to be tight. Both teams are doing very, very well and have a good streak. Nigeria has a star-studded set of forwards, but Gabon is led by Aubameyang, who's a fantastic player, and they have two fantastic wingers in the point of who are their wingers again? Buanga and Lemima.
Dennis
Buanga
Obama.
yeah,
Dennis.
Buanga has 8 goals. I think Aubameyang has 7. These guys are dangerous, and the way they play is they have a low block defense, which is very well organized. They have a decent, strong midfield, which has creative midfielders, Kanga and Lemina. Those guys are very good, and they're creative, but also they hold the ball. But what they do is they tend to have a defensive orientation, but then they rely on the fantastic works of their wingers and then their forward Aubameyang. So they're dangerous. They keep the game low, and one of their either
Lima. Lima.
Buanga or Aubameyang will definitely try to get a. They always get their goal per game, so they're dangerous. And if they score 2 goals, they may very well win a game because they don't give up a lot of goals. But now they're facing the firepower of Nigeria up forward. Nigeria has so many people up forward: Chukwueze, Lukman, and of course the best striker in Africa, Osimhen. So
Osman.
this is going to be a clash between the firepower of Nigeria versus the deadly and precise counterattack of Gabon. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the midfield. The midfield battle is what I'm worried. I'm focused on, and I also see that Nigeria has problems linking their midfield to their attack. But lately, what's his name? Osimhen has been holding up the ball so well that even if they don't have a midfield, they're still going to get a lot of shots on goal. If I were Gabon, I would focus on Nigeria's weakness, which is their defense. I can see Aubameyang scoring a goal. Nigeria's defense is disorganized. So from there, we'll start. What do you think, TK? TK, man, you got to wake up. Come on. She's off. Don't worry. Go ahead, Mr. Segodi. Go ahead.
All right.
Mr. Segodi,
if you look at Gabon, yes, if you look at Gabon, it's one of the most dangerous team in Africa, like top 4 dangerous teams in Africa. Like they've been more consistent than any other teams. Like they only lost points in their World Cup qualifiers. They lost points in 2 games, and that was against Ivory Coast. One was a loss, the first game. The last one was a draw. All the games they've won. They got the highest points out of all the 4 teams, and they've been improving. If you look at Gabon, they are very good counter-attacking teams, and their defense is very, very solid. So the only problem I have with them is their players are much aging. Like if you look at the defenders, their age, they are very yes. All their players are aging. Even if you look at their defense, it's getting much slower. So the challenge that they have is whether can they handle Osimhen. They don't have to play a high line. They need to maybe play 5 at the back so that they don't give Osimhen that a space at the back to run at them. But if they can hold that low block, I think going forward they can hurt Nigeria.
Yeah, especially with the counter. And the thing about them is that even though they're a defensive-oriented team, their forwards, their wingers, and Aubameyang, these guys are very, very dangerous when they're on the transition, and they don't mess up their opportunities. Like we said, Dennis Buanga is very, very good. He's actually scoring the most goals on the team during this qualifier. I think he had 8 goals. So Nigeria has a problem in the back, and also it's going to be interesting to see what Ndidi can do and Onyeka can do in the midfield, because they're going to have to be they're going to have to do a lot of work, because if they're not, they're going to allow these guys to go past the midfield and get to that defense, which is actually weak. They have to protect their defense by trying to hold the ball as much as possible. What are your thoughts again, Mr. Sam?
Yes, that's very true. You know,
or you have your video off on purpose? Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, that was I was thinking during the day that in the midfield is going to be a lot of battle, but I think Nigeria seems to be. When you look at head-to-head statistics, they say Nigeria won 5 games out of the 9 they played. So to me, man, it's an obvious game where we can't say it is an obvious, but to me, it's more like I would say Nigeria is going to take this one, especially looking at the tactics they have. They dominate midfield, they control the aerial balls. So Nigeria is very quick in transition, especially when they attack. They move like they move in unison. So yeah,
I'm going to disagree with you. I think Nigeria's midfield to attack is disorganized. But I think that their last game against Benin, they played well, but it's because they did play well against Benin. Iwobi played very well and linked them. So you have a point. So it just depends. I think their midfield is getting a little bit better. So I think I'll agree with you. I'll give their midfield an advantage. Sorry, go ahead, Mr. Sam.
Yeah, but even though the defense, I think it's one of the strategies they have. They can use them. You know, they're more not too much at the back, but more inside the middle park. So yeah, I think Nigeria is a very strong team.
Okay, what do you think? Mr. Segodi? Who's going to win the midfield battle? Because I know we have Lamina and Kanga in the midfield. But I think Nigeria's midfield, they might have, because you've got Iwobi and Ndidi. But other than that, Nigeria seems to have a narrow midfield. Also, Congo has not Congo, Gabon has a narrow midfield also. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, this game is gonna be very hard for Nigeria, to be honest with you. They might win the game, and this time is not where the stats is going to work that no, we've won. It's not about history this time. It's one game, it's finished. So the key for Nigeria, if they can find Chikwezi on that number 10, they have a big chance of beating Gabon. Because if you look at the past game, Chikwezi was playing with so much freedom. He was so comfortable on the ball. He was creating most of the great chances. He was finding Osimhen. If they can find Osimhen, Nigeria has a future in the game. But to say that Nigeria will just dominate.
Gabon will load their defense and their midfield. They're gonna when they don't have the ball.
Challenge. It's
gonna be, and they can do the counter. Go ahead.
That's where the challenge for Nigeria is gonna be. Like if Gabon holds like that low block, I'm telling you, Nigeria is not that creative. They're not that creative to break teams. They don't have that combination play to break up the teams. They don't have the synergy. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. Nigeria doesn't have synergy.
They don't have the synergy. They just have individual players, like good players that are playing for good teams, but together they're not yet as a team. And if Gabon can win those balls early and they're able to find Dennis or Aubameyang behind the defense, that's where I think the team that defend well, that is not giving another team a high line, is the one that's going to win the match. The team that plays a high line is going to be in a very, very big problem. Because if you look at the attackers of Gabon, they excel against the high line. If you look at the players of Gabon, they excel against the high line. If you look at the players of Nigeria, Osimhen excel on a high line. He likes those balls behind the defense. So the team that's going to be organized on a low block and waiting for those moments to attack is the team that's going to get that 1-2 chances. This game is not going to be a game of
and most of the goals are going to be scored in transition. The goals will be scored through transition. Yes. Yeah, I agree. Very good analysis.
Very good on transition.
Very good analysis from Uncle Segodi, our chief tactician of our show. What are your thoughts, Mr. Sam, before we get out of here?
In conclusion, I just want to make a statement that when we say football, we can all make these predictions and say this, but at the end of the day, we want to understand which teams want it the most. And I think Nigeria I feel like they want it more. Remember this Bafana saga, the whole story.
Gabon went toe-to-toe with Cote d'Ivoire. They went toe-to-toe with them, drew with them. Are you sure Gabon doesn't want it also?
Nigeria is more motivated, according to me. Is more motivated. They've seen the promised land, so they want to tap into that. So, in my prediction,
Gabon had how many points? Gabon had 25 points. They took away 6 points from them because of the drop. They had 25 points in the qualifier. It seems like in qualifying, Gabon was more motivated because Nigeria was drawing with small teams. Nigeria couldn't beat South Africa. South Africa's a good
Nigeria
team.
they started very badly,
Hey,
but they want to finish
who?
very strong.
No, what I'm saying is that here's what I'm saying. South Africa is good,
Say
right?
they drew Lesotho.
So no, South Africa's Nigeria. What I'm trying to say, South Africa's a good team, right? But Nigeria was struggling with South Africa. These guys went toe to toe with Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire and Senegal are the best teams in Africa. So what I'm saying is that both of these teams are good. But I know what you're saying, Sam. Nigeria got out of jail. They got out of jail because they weren't supposed to qualify. So maybe because of that, they are motivated highly now. But don't watch out for Gabon because Gabon feels like they're being disrespected. So they're also going to say Nigeria is not. Even on our show, we disrespected Gabon in our last show. So we've also been disrespecting Gabon. So maybe they might use that as a psychological factor to do well. But I'm going to say my prediction: Nigeria 2-1. What do you say, Sam? What's your prediction?
My man, Nigeria 3-2.
3-2. Yeah, it's gonna be. I can see that happening.
Yes,
I can see it be a high scoring game. What are your predictions, Mr. Segoni?
No, I see a 2-1 win for Nigeria, but it's gonna be a very, very game of small margins. I'm telling you.
Yeah. All right.
Because Nigeria strikers against small ball.
Yeah. So we'll be back on tomorrow. Are you guys free? I mean, tomorrow we can talk about Cameroon's game, Cameroon and Congo. If you're free. Yeah, we'll talk about Cameroon and Congo tomorrow. So thank you, fans from Africa. This is Complete Football Africa. To our fans from Gabon, you're not from Nigeria. Segodi and Sam are from South Africa. But we even wish Gabon well because this is Africa. We're proud of all of our teams. Also, good luck to Nigeria too. Osime, stay out of trouble, man. Good night, guys. No way, Mr.
Today
I'm not going to talk about.